In Odesa, we don't have traffic jams, of course. We have sea traffic jams. So I have to be careful what I include in the video behind me, but I just counted a record 9 or 10 bulk carrier ships on the horizon. These are huge, enormous ships that are coming from all over the world to World Port Odesa on the Ukrainian Black Sea coast to load up with grain, sunflower oil, food products that are desperately needed in many, many world markets. And the reason this is happening, despite the war, is because the Ukrainians unilaterally, and by the way, they have no navy to speak of, they busted open a Russian blockade of the Black Sea that started last year. And they've opened up these maritime lanes. They're about, according to port officials I talked to, 2 to 3 kilometers wide. And they go from here all the way until they hit international waters or EU country waters. And what the Ukrainian Navy does is they patrol these sea lanes and they monitor them for maritime mines that were planted by the Russians. So far, so good. We haven't heard of any strikes against the vessels. And then when they come closer to here in Odesa, there are also nets in the water that also protect against floating mines. So I also suspect there's surveillance going on from the air as well by allied countries. But Odesa port is, as I often say, is a crucial part of the global food supply chain. Again, according to port officials, feeding around 400 million people. That's a lot. And as this kind of traffic flow behind me indicates, is that traffic is pretty much at pre-war levels now. Again, a huge accomplishment. And I just walked by the port over there, and you're seeing containers being stacked up as well, because port officials told me they're about to start container shipments as well, first time since the start of the war. Huge accomplishments, and it's something that Ukraine should be proud of, the world should be proud of, consumers especially. And the other thing that happens when these ships come here, I mean, they need to be serviced, they need to be refueled, they need to be stocked with food. It takes a lot of labor to load as well. They spend, on average, depending on the loading equipment and depending on the type of ship, about 4 to 5 days in port loading grain. So that requires a lot of hands, a lot of manpower. It basically does operate 24/7. So I thought I'd share this piece of good news out of Odesa. And again, of course, we don't have traffic, we have sea traffic. Bociurkiw reporting from the shores of the Black Sea in Odesa, Ukraine.